What's up, everyone? It is your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. How's everyone doing today? Oh, I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. I know. Surprise, surprise. I'm exhausted. It is what it is. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Just getting stuff situated still. Yeah, so fuck, I'm tired still. All right, so first things I guess I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Yesterday, actually, it was funny during my show. Yesterday, Steven Crowder, during his show in the morning, um, showed the at least three pages of the Nashville school covenant shooter manifesto. If you guys don't remember, that's a trans. What was it? Trans dude? No, trans chick. So it's a chick that said she was a dude. Hold on. Anyways, the shooter of that school. I don't remember if it was a dude or. It was a chick. Said it was a dude. The chick that was, thought that she was a dude, I think. Okay. Yeah. So chick thought that she was a dude. There you go. Fucking hell. That took forever. God, that is so sad. That took me forever to find out. Because I couldn't remember. Anyways, her manifesto, Crowder, shout out to Crowder. You know what? Shout out to Crowder. He got obtains a cop like 3 pictures of her manifesto, and since he showed it on air and talked about it, it's been blowing up, and so I mean, we'll read the what it said, and then we'll read some of the backlash it's gotten, not from people generally, but from shockingly YouTube. Okay, that will take up probably a good portion of our time. And then Trump yesterday testified in his trial. Apparently, there's a big hubbub about it, and so we will look at that. And then Sorry. And then it's in Trump's seized document case, his lawyers apparently revealed extensive collaboration between the White House, DOJ, National Archives, intelligence community before the indictment. So we'll look at that. Then Stacey Abrams has a wild claim that the only reason Kamala Harris is considered incompetent is because of misogyny and racism. Yeah, that's why. It has nothing to do has nothing to do with anything else except that she's because of the misogyny, y'all. Yeah. All right. Before anything, all right. So before anything, just make sure you follow me at official W Ghost on X. It's the best way to find out when I go live and everything. Check out, make sure if you're watching this on Rumble or YouTube, follow me on Rumble at rumble.com/withghost. And then I do have a gaming channel, and that it's rumble.com/gamingwithghost. I currently finished the Modern Warfare 3 campaign. And so I've been playing the Warzone new one. Yeah, and actually, speaking of my gaming channel, I made a prediction after I beat the Spider-Man 2 game. Sorry. I made a prediction, and it turns out I was right. Miles Morales is now going to be Insomniac's main Spider-Man. And if you haven't beaten the game, spoilers. Okay, so be on the lookout. Spoilers ahead. All right, 3, 2, 1. Make sure you skip this part if you don't want spoils. All right, so Peter Parker and Miles Morales, they defeated Venom, which was Harry Osborn. Harry's in a coma, and now Peter's trying to continue on with the work they were going to do with the the Emily May Foundation. And it looks like he's going to be focusing on that and giving up the Spider-Man for a bit and basically pass the torch to Miles Morales. And I predicted that's what was going to happen. Insomniac's going to make Miles Morales their main Spider-Man. Terrible idea, by the way, because their first solo game with him, the Spider-Man Miles Morales, was boring as fuck. It's actually my least favorite Spider-Man game in the Insomniac series. It was very boring. There was nothing really redeeming about it. I've replayed the first Spider-Man a couple times, fully from start to finish, and I've only replayed the Miles Morales one a handful of times, from start to finish. And honestly, one of those times was me streaming it in preparation for Spider-Man 2. So that kind of should tell you what you need to know. But yeah, whatever. It doesn't surprise me, honestly. We finally get a good one, and now we got to deal with the Miles Morales. And they're setting it up for Peter Parker's villains. Green Goblin's definitely going to be in the next one and everything like that. Silk Moon or whatever, Cindy Moon, Silk, all this stuff. So they're setting some stuff up for Spider-Man 3. And I'd rather play as Peter Parker and not Miles Morales. So I don't know. Hopefully things will change, but probably not. Next thing we'll know is we'll get the Wolverine game become popular. When they do the Wolverine 2 game, it'll be we're gonna do X-23. That's what it's gonna end up happening. I'm annoyed by it, honestly. But what can you do? Yeah. So, anyways, that's the broad strokes of it. But anyways, let's get into the topic today. All right. All right. So, like, oh, god damn it. So, here we go. So yeah, so like I said, Steven Crowder, he dropped the Nashville's school shooter manifesto yesterday. And it turns out, I think if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, if I remember correctly, there were talks about, the reason she did this was because she was being bullied because she was transgender and all that shit. Blah, 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 blah. So that's the reason she went up and started shooting up the kids because of, she was bullied for being transgender. If I remember correctly. And what it looks like is no, she's just a psycho. And the reason she wanted to do it was she wanted to target crackers with white privilege. So I'm just looking for you. All right. So yeah, want to kill all you little crackers. I hope I have a high death count. I'm ready. I hope my victims aren't ready to die. So there you go. So I mean, you can just kind of like see some of this. The day is the day. The day has finally come. She's got like, I don't know. This looks like an umbrella symbol for Resident Evil. What Death Day, gun, 3/27/23. So today is the day. The day has finally come. I can't believe it's here. Don't know how I was able to get this far, but here I am. I am a little nervous, but excited too. Been excited for the past 2 weeks. There were several times it could have been caught, especially back in the summer of 2021. None of that matters now. I am almost an hour and 7 minutes away. Can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm ready. Hope my victims aren't. My only fear is if anything goes wrong, I'll do my best to prevent any of the sort. God, let my wrath take over my anxiety. It might be 10 minutes tops. It might be 3 to 7. It's going to go quick. I hope I have a high death count ready to die. Ha ha. That's one page. And then here's another one. Killed those kids. And this is from February 3rd, 23. And that last one was March 27th, 23. So this is from February 3rd, 23. Kill those kids, those crackers. Going to private fancy schools with those fancy quikeys and sport backpacks with their, so they're wrong, daddy's Mustangs, convertibles. Fuck you, little shits. I wish to shoot your weak ass dicks with your mop yellow hair. Kill all you little crackers. Bunch of little faggots with your white privilege. Fuck you, faggots. Wow. Kind of harsh considering, being trans. She was, part of the LGBT community. Very harsh. And then apparently this was Death Day schedule. 6:30 desired. 7 a.m. get dressed. 7 to 8:55 a.m. something with stuffed animals plus possessions. 9 a.m. eat breakfast at home. 9:30 pack up special belongings and backpacks. 9:50 test knife cork glass breaker. Dad's old cars. 10 a.m. leave for Royal Range. 19-20 minutes. 10:20 a.m. gear up and set up guns and trunks. Assemble, get out vest with mags inside. 11:20 a.m. final videotape. 10 minutes. 11:30 a.m. or 11:35 a.m. leave for Covenant School. 12 p.m. arrived at Covenant. Check parking lot for security. 12:05 arrive in designated parking spot. 12:05 to 12:10 prepare for attack. 12 I have no idea. Lock and load. 12:33 open fire towards Swentren, and then time zone. I don't know. So that was the 3 pages. A very disturbed individual. So quite a clearly disturbed individual. All right, so they did their own little thing. So let's check that out. Okay. So it starts. We have obtained exclusive access to the Nashville Covenant Shooters Manifesto. Breaking. Nashville Trans Manifesto leaked. I hope I have a high death count. Students or shooters specifically target students with white privilege and was ready to die. Louder with Crowder has exclusively obtained 3 pages of Nashville shooters Audrey Hale's alleged manifesto. Hale, a transgender 28-year-old woman. A 28-year-old woman going by the name Aiden Hale, entered the Covenant School on March 27, 2023 in Greens Hill, Tennessee, killing 6 before being shot and killed by responding officers. The manifesto detailed thoughts Hale had leading up to what was referred to as Death Day, as well as a timeline in which the shooting took place. Can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm ready. Hope my victims aren't. Death count. I already read all this, so I'm not going to reread this. Oh, okay. So I thought there'd be more. Apparently not. Oh. There's more. I've already read this. Oh, let's see. What's that? So covered. Oh, okay. So this is good. So there we are. All right. So there we go. So yeah, that's a report of it. Now, since they did it, some things have happened. Here's one thing that's happened. YouTube has censored the video on YouTube. Oh my bad. This wasn't YouTube. This is Facebook. Facebook has censored the Nashville Manifesto. The post was "Have fun reading. I'd advise it's not good." Apparently, the post is going against their community standards on violence and incitement. I'm not really sure how that's violent or incitement. Hey, have a fun reading. I advise it's not a good one. So it's funny. Apparently, this lady has it up and she says hers isn't censored. Well, you're not that important, lady. All right. So yeah. So Facebook has censored it, but not only Facebook. The YouTube YouTube removes Steve Crowder's reporting on trans Nashville school shooter. Manifesto claiming violation of violent criminal organization policy. We want to let you know that our team reviewed your content and we think it violates our violent criminal organization policy, YouTube said. Which doesn't really make any sense. How is this a violent criminal organization? Because Steven Crowder reported on it. Steven Crowder dropped a bombshell on Louder with Crowder on Monday morning, making public pages from what's become known as the Nashville School Shooters Manifesto. Showed pages from the alleged manifesto that he received showing the shooter, Audrey Hale, was driven by anti-white hate and an insidious desire to murder blonde children at the Covenant Catholic School. After he aired the photographs of 3 handwritten sheets of loose leaf paper, YouTube took it down. YouTube sent a message to Crowder, which he shared on free speech platform X. We wanted to let you know that our team has reviewed your content and we think violates our violent criminal organization policy. YouTube said conflating the release of the primary source information obtained by an investigative journalist and not an actual criminal syndicate. And then Steven Crowder tweeted this. Investigative journalism is now considered a criminal organization, according to you at YouTube. Wait until you see what we have in store for tomorrow. I wonder what they have in store for tomorrow. I haven't got any notifications that they're live. Well, it should be a couple minutes. We know you may not have realized this was a violation of our policy, so we're not applying a strike to your channel. However, we have removed the following content from YouTube and listed the shocking episode containing details about the shooter's motives that even a FOIA request could not spring loose from the FBI and police department that have refused to make the information public ever since the March 27th shooting. Hold on. Hale stole the lives of 3 children and 3 adults, faculty members of the school, after breaking in and opening fire before she was killed by police officers responding to the scene. And funny thing not really funny, but interesting thing. It looks like Brandon Herrera, who's running for Congress, by the way, in Texas, and donut operator, actually met the 2 cops that shot Audrey. Apparently, they're very cool people. But yeah. So if you watch the body cam footage and you've watched it and you see those 2 guys who end up shooting her, donut operator and Brandon Herrera apparently met him. Tweeted a photo last night or yesterday. Pretty cool. All right. The existence of a manifesto was made known within days of the shooting, but no amount of pressure has been able to pry it loose. The 3-pager Crowder revealed showed that the deeply disturbed Hale was intent on the murders, hoped to kill more, resent the private school and apparent wealth of the students, and sought death herself. We realize this may be disappointing news, YouTube explained to Crowder, but it's our job to make sure that YouTube is a safe place for all. If you think we've made a mistake, you can appeal this decision. You'll find more details below. I thought information was very important. A safe place. No, they want they want a safe place. They just want you to conform with their ideas. I mean, they have like people that have gay guys on YouTube playing "Is this a dick or a dildo?" Like, what the fuck? But Crowder reporting on the news of transgender shooter that was anti-white and wanted to kill white kids for nothing more than being white, that's far more dangerous than having two gay dudes playing with each other's butts on YouTube. What the fuck is this? YouTube detailed their policy for Crowder, saying that the content that glorifies violent criminal organizations or incite violence is not allowed on YouTube. They claimed to review incidents of alleged violations on a case-by-case basis. Apparently, Crowder's team is a violent criminal organization. Apparently, and they glorified it. I don't know. I don't like. Look, obviously, they didn't really care. They just wanted to get it off their platform for whatever reason. Because, well, obviously, it's because Audrey's transgender. If she wasn't transgender, she was just a chick that went out and killed a bunch of kids. And the manifesto would not have been taken forever to come to surface. It's been been a couple months. And two, if Crowder posted that manifesto, even if it was hidden, he wouldn't be, wouldn't have it removed. He wouldn't have the video removed because of the contains. Because it quote unquote glorifies violent criminal organization or incite violence. Like nothing. Like I didn't watch the episode, but I highly doubt Crowder incited any violence in his reporting of the manifesto. I highly doubt that. So I guess Crowder is a violent criminal organization. Doesn't make any sense. All right. Crowder discovered earlier on Monday that Facebook was also not allowing content to appear on their site. Crowder works with Rumble, a free speech-oriented streaming platform. Yeah, shout out Rumble. You know what, Rumble? That's for you. Where apparently Crowder will drop more information regarding Hale's disturbed murderous writing on Tuesday. So yeah, YouTube, it's a big old fail for you guys. But it doesn't make any sense. Like, look, they just had to figure out which one could potentially work. And let's be honest, it's just because it's Crowder who's reporting it. If it was someone else that was reporting it, wouldn't be a big deal. Not to YouTube. And because it's Crowder, well, then it's terrible. It's funny too. Even X is kind of censoring it because here's it. Because no, never mind. I don't know why it kept saying this part here was unavailable. All right, so never mind. Also, so yesterday, what was this? I don't know. Apparently, the Hale family attorney responded to the 30 pieces that Crowder released. And he said, I represent Mr. Ron and Miss Norma Hale. We have never seen Manifesto at any time. We're not in the position to authenticate these pieces of paper. Yeah, we have absolutely not released anything, but we certainly did not release this. It's inappropriate for me to make any further comment. So that was David Rabin. All right. So a little more. Last thing on this thing. So apparently, Nashville mayor launches investigation into leak of trans Nashville shooters manifesto. I have directed Wally Dietz, Metro's law director, to initiate an investigation to how these images could have been released. Well, clearly someone sent it to Crowder. And I guess people were saying that it was Alex Jones who sent it to Crowder, and he's denied that. Following the leak of the transgender Nashville shooters' alleged manifesto on Monday morning, the mayor, Freddie O'Connell, said that the city has launched an investigation into how the images of the writings were released. I've directed Wally Diaz, Metro's law director, to initiate an investigation into how these images have been released. The investigation may involve local, state, and federal authorities. I am deeply concerned with the safety and security and well-being of the Covenant families and all Nashvillians. That's funny. Who are grieving, O'Connell stated in a statement according to WSMV. How would showing the images of the manifesto and showing that this was a crazy person who was anti-white harm or put the security or well-being of the covenant families at risk? I don't understand. Oh, I know how it does. Because that way he doesn't seem like he's just trying to cover it up for whatever reason. Because it's a transgender person and they can't, anything to do with mental illness, transgender is not allowed. So we got to sweep those under the rug. This incident naturally invokes additional emotional trauma, and family or individuals who need support should reach out to mental health to professionals at National Alliance of Mental Illness, MNPD support counselors, MNPS family information. On Monday morning, Crowder released 3 handwritten pages of what he said were Audrey Hale manifesto. These which, it's funny too, is although Audrey Hale's family attorney didn't authenticate the pages, the mayor did. The mayor just authenticated the paper saying, yeah, these are fucking real. And I need to get an investigation going to figure out. I need to figure out who leaked it. So good job, Mayor. You just authenticated. So congratulations, Mayor. So before, it's what he said were Audrey Hale's manifestos. Now it definitely is Audrey Hale's manifesto. These highlighted an anti-white sentiment held by the shooter that killed 3 young students and 3 staff members of the Covenant School on March 27, 2023. The pages apparently showed Hale planning the day of the shooting down to the minute, including in all capital letters on the top of the page, death day. A source with the Crowder show told the Post Millennium that they received the photographs of Hale's notebooks from a source near law enforcement. I'm not reading this. I've already read all this. Okay, so there you go. It's just funny that even though that Hale's the family attorney for the Hale family says, "Oh, we can't authenticate it. We didn't, we don't know if this is accurate at all." The mayor at least says, "Yeah, this is 100% accurate, and I need to make an investigation to figure out who leaked this." So it's just funny, and it's interesting how YouTube. I mean, it's not surprising, but it's interesting how YouTube and Facebook are all trying to censor this. Why? Why are you trying to censor this? What's wrong with us understanding the motives of the shooter? I think understanding the motives is very important, especially when, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm 100% right, but I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. But if I remember correctly, mainstream media were blaming people not accepting of gender identity for the cause of this shooting, saying that she was driven to do this because of the fact that she was transgender and was not treated equally, blah 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 blah. So so why shouldn't we have the real story on why she decided to do this? I'm just interested. Why it's so terrible that we learn, oh, this is why she did this. She did this because she was racist. But, shockingly, YouTube and Facebook are doing everything they can to censor this. I'm not surprised. Hopefully, you're not either. It's kind of par for the course when it comes to YouTube. So tomorrow, probably we'll report on what else Crowder revealed if anything of interest pops up. Oh, also tomorrow, I will be covering the GOP debate, third one. So make sure you check me out there. All right, let's move on. We talked enough about it, and I'm sure we'll talk about it tomorrow, maybe, if there's anything of interest. All right, so yesterday, Trump took the stand in his fraud case, and he apparently traded shots with the judge. And apparently, Trump says he has a document that would kind of exonerate him, so he claims. This is him claiming it, not me. That's what he claims. So let's read this. News. Chaos breaks out between former President Trump and left-wing judge Arthur Engoron as they traded shots in the courtroom while Trump was testifying in Letitia James's political charge lawsuit against him. Engoron was frustrated that Trump was giving long answers when being questioned by lawyer Kevin Wallace. Please just answer the question, no speeches, Engoron whined. When asked about his involvement with financial statements, Trump said it was so long ago, but well beyond the statute of limitations for anyone else, but not me, because I'm sure the judge will rule against me. And Goran shot back, asking if that was, quote, if this, quote, was necessary part of the narrative. You can attack me as much as you want, but please answer the question, Goran said. On the values of his property, Trump said values are far bigger than what's on the statements. I thought 40 Wall Street Doral was underestimated, considered more valuable. Trump then blasted Erdogan for the low value placed on his Mar-a-Lago property, $18 million, but it's worth 50 to 100 times more than that. But the judge ruled against me. I don't know how he got those numbers. The most valuable asset was the brand asset, but I didn't put it in on the statement. If you want to build up a statement, like you said, I would have to add the brand value here. Goran then asked Trump's lawyers, can you control your client? This isn't not a political rally. This is a courtroom. Chaos then ensued between Trump, his lawyer, and the judge. They should try asking better questions, Trump's lawyer said in regards to Wallace's questions. That's funny. He goes into speeches. Trump's lawyer shot back, telling Goran to listen to what Trump had to say. This is a very, very unfair trial. I hope the public is watching this. Trump replied. Fucking Trump. It's hilarious. All right, this is before his testimony, I believe. I don't think Trump's trial is public, so I don't think we could watch his testimony. If we could, I'll look it up, but if I remember right, this is a federal trial. So I don't think it's open to the public, but I'll look and I'll see. But this is apparently before his testimony.
So while Israel is being attacked, while Ukraine is being attacked, while inflation is eating our country alive, I'm down here, and these are all political opponent attack ads by the Biden administration. Their poll numbers are terrible. You saw what happened today. The New York Times and CBS came out with a poll that I'm leading all over the place, but it's a very unfair situation. This is really election interference. That's all it is. This trial is ridiculous. The numbers are much greater than on the financial statement. And we've already proven that. They said Mar-a-Lago is worth $18 million. Mar-a-Lago is worth anywhere from probably 50 to 100 times more than that. And it's a terrible, terrible thing. These are political operatives that I'm going to be dealing with right now. You have a racist attorney general who made some terrible statements, and you'll see some more that came over the wires today. It's a very sad situation for our country. We shouldn't have this. This is for third world countries, and very unfair. It's very unfair. But in the meantime, the people of the country understand it. They see it, and they don't like it. They don't like it because it's political warfare, as you would call it, or political lawfare. Another name, I got a lot of names for it, but usually it takes place in third world countries and banana republics. And nobody's ever seen that to this extent. We've never seen it here. But we will go along and we will hopefully do very well in every regard. We'll win the election and we'll make America great again. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make America great again. But we have to take away from the thugs that we deal with and the horrible people that actually must hate our country to do this. But we will we'll fight very hard for our country. Thank you very much, everybody.
Trying to see if I could find. Just trying to see if I could find what he said after he testified. Okay, so a little more. So this is after he testified.
It went very well. I think you were there and you listened and you see what a scam this is. This is a case that should have never been brought. It's a case that should be dismissed immediately. The fraud was on behalf of the court. The court was the fraudster in this case. They made references to assets that were very valuable, and they said they had no idea. They had no idea what the numbers were when they said $18 million for Mar-a-Lago, and it's 50 to 100 times that amount by any estimation. It's a terrible thing that's happened here. We're taking days and days and weeks, and it goes on, and then you look at the outside world and what's happening. But of course, they're getting their wish because I don't have to be here for the most part, but I sort of do have to be here because I want to be here because it's a scam. And this is a case that should have never been brought, and it's a case that now should be dismissed. I think it went very well.
All right, so there we go. So apparently what he tried to bring out during his testimony was a paper that said like he was it's like some sort of signed paper that said he was not liable or aware of any financial statements or anything like that. If I remember correctly, that's what it was really about. I could have sworn I saved that, but I guess I didn't. I saved it to bring it up to the show, but apparently I didn't. But yeah, apparently the judge did not like Trump's speeches. Trump, was known for his speeches. Come on. And even his lawyers are fighting back with the judge, saying like, well, they should just ask better questions, Judge. You should probably just listen to what he said. And here's the thing. Mar-a-Lago may have been, it may be an $18 million valued property. Absolutely. It may be that too. But what the judge isn't really taking, I don't think the judge really took into consideration is when it was last valued. If I remember right, it was like 2018. So when it was last valued at 2018, Trump was president at the time. So, the value that he was probably given on it was probably an accurate value because the status, it being owned by the most powerful man in the country certainly ups the value of it. Now, it may have gone down in value after he left office and even hadn't gotten revalued, but it might not have, just because he's no longer in office. A former president owns this property, so that value may be spot on. And I think that's what's not being taken into consideration is when it was last valued, he was a sitting president, which would make the property and any of his assets much more valuable. But that's not going to get taken into consideration because that's just ludicrous. All right. So, breaking: Trump's lawyer in C's doc case reveals extensive collaboration between Biden White House, DOJ, National Archives, intelligence community before indictment. This wasn't just done in a vacuum. They didn't just, pick 32 documents out of a hat and said, we'll go with these. A transcript of November 1st hearing from Judge Aileen Cannon regarding the Mar-a-Lago documents case has revealed Trump's lawyers discuss extensive collaboration between the National Archives, Department of Justice, and the Biden White House prior to the indictment. We have seen communications between NARA, I assume that's the National Archives, and the Department of Justice and the White House. And the special counsel that started way before what has been publicly disclosed, and extensive communications, and so we feel very strongly expect that we will win on that, the statement posted to X by journalist Julie Kelly stated. When we filed the motion that NARA is absolutely part of this prosecution team, and that the intelligence community that they work very closely with in determining from what we can tell, the particular documents that they chose to charge. So there is a purportedly tranche of documents that have classified headings on them. And then 32 that they decided to charge with. That wasn't just done in a vacuum. They didn't just, pick 32 out of a hat and say that we'll go with these. There was a lot of coordination that we can tell from the materials we do have with the intelligence community that ultimately led them to proceed the way they did. This is a breaking story and will be updated. So there you go. All right. So these are all really short clips. All right. So that's interesting, if that's all true, and the documents were in fact but again, that's interesting if that in fact were true, and the DOJ, White House, National Archives, and intelligence community all were collaborating together before the indictment was actually sent, the indictment was sent. So that's interesting. I'm not, I don't know what that really means. I'm not a lawyer, so, but obviously it's a conspiracy to hamstring a political opponent. So it's interesting. We'll look into this more. I don't think it was a trial as televised for Trump's, but I would have loved to watch him testify. That'd been funny as hell, honestly. Wrong. No, judge, you're wrong. You're wrong, judge. All right. So Stacey Abrams, also, FYI, Stacey Abrams is also an election denier, just so everyone knows. She was apparently on MSNBC on the Inside interview, and she claims the reason people think Kamala Harris is incompetent is because of misogyny and racism. Wild take. Here we go.
I wanted to ask you about the vice president, because she has been under a huge amount of scrutiny through her entire time in office. I think there's a lot of reasons for this, but I want to ask you, as a prominent woman of color who's run for office, do you think she would be receiving these same critiques if she was a white man?
No,
not at all.
No.
We will always question the person behind the person, but we cannot ignore that misogyny and racism remain very prevalent in our politics. And for those behaviors that don't rise to either misogyny or racism, there's also just the difference. Our expectations are set for the traditional white male vice president.
I wanted to ask.
Bad take. No, it's not racism or misogyny. She's just bad at her job. She held a bunch of convicts. She's so bad at her job. Tulsi Gabbard ended her bid for the White House in one single night. That's how bad she is at her job. She's so terrible at her job that she held people over their sentences, their bond, whatever. She held, like, as Attorney General, she held far more people in jail than she actually released. She did a bunch of bullshit. And also, like, can you really? Also, you like, can you name something she's done while she's been in office? Really? I can't. Like, seriously, can you think of one thing she's done while she's been in office of any significance? And again, also, to be fair, can you name anything a vice president has done while in office? Like, any vice president? Really? Can't really think of anything. Vice president's really just like, it's just there in case the president dies. They're not really of much significant importance, in my opinion. They're just there in case the president dies while in office and they got to take over. I mean, ideally, the vice president would follow the president's plan and would have similar goals and everything like that. That's ideal. But they don't really do much. All right. So no, it's not misogyny or racism. It's she's bad at her job. She was bad before she was VP. Anytime she goes and talks now, she just looks like an idiot. She's not good. She's not good. You can't even think of anything she's done good. That's good. All right. So now on to this. Jim Acosta apparently got triggered by Vivek Ramaswamy. Let's see it happen.
Have a dual standard of justice in this country. One standard applied.
But Trump is using the word hostages. Do you think that they're hostages?
For the prior 2 years.
Isn't that irresponsible to call them hostages
my view is,
with what's going on in Israel right now?
I mean, Jim, let me just be really clear about what's irresponsible as it relates to coverage of Donald Trump. And I think that your network and others like you owe some accountability here. From the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that never was, to the Hunter Biden laptop story that was actually real before the election were told that it was false. So I think that the real accountability here belongs to the media. Have a dual standard of justice in the.
Okay, he didn't really get triggered. His face got all like, but he didn't really get triggered, as far as I know. Misleading bastard. Fuck you, Benny Johnson. Misleader. So his face is like, I mean, but good on Vivek. Vic, as I call him. Call him Vic. But good on him for being like, look, dude, you guys were bullshitting this entire time. And also that Hunter Biden laptop story. If I remember, there was a poll stating that if that came out, there would have been a lot of people that would have voted for Donald Trump and not for Biden if they had saw it. But no one saw it because Twitter and other media outlets suppressed the news. It's kind of big news, right? All right. So we've been talking about trans. Talk about women that think they're men. Now we're going to talk about a woman that thinks, or a guy that thinks he's a girl, and is complaining about period symptoms. Like, what the fuck? This guy is complaining about period symptoms. He's a dude. And it was, again, another one of these dudes that are like, I'm a chick, and then goes on with a full beard and say, no, respect me.
People want to say that I don't experience PMS symptoms.
You don't.
But I've been cramping incredibly bad all day.
You probably need a shit.
Point, my pain tolerance went away, and it started hurting incredibly bad for the last 2 hours.
You probably need a
so
shit.
So that it
bad gas.
Go and throw up 3 times. So yeah, PMS symptoms are ruining my Disney trip. Just ruining my Disney trip.
You probably just ate something bad. You need to shit. That's what you need to do. Or you got some gas and bubbling guts. Like, I've had those bubbling guts. Like, don't get me wrong. I've had those bubbling guts. They hurt like a motherfucker. Probably have nothing to do, and it can't even be equated to period symptoms. I wouldn't know, because I like this guy here. I'm a chick too. I'm a fucking idiot. Like this guy here, I'm a dude too. So I don't know what a period is like. Don't comprehend it. Don't understand it. But I can't receive it. I have had bubbling guts, and they have hurt pretty fucking bad. Like really terribly bad. I've had that. Don't get me wrong. I've had that. But I highly doubt that compares anywhere at all to period symptoms. And here's why since you're a guy, you can't have any PMS symptoms. Here's why. All right. It's because you don't have ovaries, uterus, or anything of that sense. You don't have the equipment. I'm just trying to get this if I can help. Look, see this guy. You don't have the equipment for PMS, dude. You can't be like, oh, I'm having menstrual cycle. You don't have anything. Like, I don't understand this. Like, it's like the uteral wall, the lining of the uteral wall is going away or being removed or whatever it is. Hold on. Yeah, so the purpose of PMS period is to release the tissue that grew to support a possible pregnancy. It's part of the menstrual cycle, and it's a series of natural changes in hormone production and the structures of a female reproductive system that makes pregnancy possible. Every month, the body prepares for pregnancy by thickening the lining of the uterus and releasing an egg. If no pregnancy occurs, the uterus shed its lining through the vagina. So there you go. That's a period. If you don't have a uteral wall because you're a dude and you don't have an egg that was released, you can't be pregnant. You can't have a period. The thickening You don't have a uterus to have the lining of it be thickened to prepare for pregnancy. So if you don't have any of the equipment, you can't have a period. Shut up, you insane dude who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Just because you say you're a woman, you think you're a woman and all that shit, doesn't make you a goddamn woman. You goddamn idiot. Oh man, this delusion is just driving me nuts sometimes. PMS symptoms are ruining my Disney trip. No, you've ate something bad. You got the bubble guts. I've had the bubble guts. They fucking suck. Doubt they come anywhere close to a period. Come on, dude. All right. I'm going to go hit the gym, relax, and then go to bed. I'm going to take a nap till I work again. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and follow. Remember, tomorrow I will be covering the third GOP debate. I may still do a morning show. I have yet to decide yet. But for sure, I will be doing the third GOP debate, which I believe is in Miami today. And let's see, if I remember correctly, the people that will be there will be Governor Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Chris Christie, and Tim Scott. Donald Trump probably has qualified, but is probably not going to be there, which sucks. I wish he was, because that'd be entertaining, and I would love some entertainment for once. All right. So make sure you follow me and give me a like. The descriptions are below. Make sure you follow me, rumble.com/withghost. If you're not on Rumble, check Rumble out. It's getting better. And then the same with my gaming channel, rumble.com/gamingwithghost. Hope you have a good day. Peace out. See you later, y'all.